Thanks for tuning into the BSN Broncos Weekly Breakdown presented by Green Mountain Dental Group. Our friends at Green Mountain Dental Group are offering free Vivera retainers to keep your smile perfect. Just mention BSN and you will get this amazing custom-made up to $500 system for free. Just mention BSN. I'm Allie Monroy, and alongside me today is, of course, BSN Broncos beat writer Ryan Koenigsberg. The Denver Broncos are coming off a 23-22 win over the Los Angeles Chargers in LA on Sunday. Ryan, what were a few things you saw from this team that gave you hope for their future?
Man, I think you have to start with the core of this team. I mean, you look at the guys who make this thing go, and I wrote about this after the game on Sunday. It's Von Miller. It's Bradley Chubb. It's Phillip Lindsay. It's Chris Harris Jr. It's Emmanuel Sanders. You know, you go down the line, all of those guys played a big part in this win. I know Chris didn't have his best day, but he also had an interception in the game. Von gets a sack and an interception. You have Bradley Chubb with a sack. You have Phillip Lindsay with 2 touchdowns. Cortland Sutton's making big catches down the stretch. Emmanuel Sanders too. It showed me that when this team, when their core, when that group of guys all plays well and they click, they can win football games. And I think you also learn that when Case Keenum doesn't lose them the game, he can be a part in them winning the game. So I think that's what it's all about. It's showing this team that when their guys, when the guys that they count on week in and week out, when they do it right, they can win football games.
Does it feel like that win reinvigorated the locker room?
Absolutely. More than I really could have even expected. You saw the way they were celebrating on the sidelines on Sunday. It looked like they had just won a playoff game. I mean, guys are jumping up and down. They're hugging each other. It was really emotional for them because they've been through so much throughout this season. But now all of a sudden you've got guys like Shelby Harris on social media talking about not just making the playoffs, winning the division. They are a long ways away from where the Chiefs are in this division. But that just shows me, this team all of a sudden believes in themselves probably as much, if not more, than they did after they started 2-0 this season. So the belief is off the charts right now.
Well, the Broncos welcome the Pittsburgh Steelers to Mile High this coming Sunday. What is one thing you'll be watching for in this matchup?
I want to see how that belief translates onto the field. I expect these guys to come out with some serious fire because, like I said, all of a sudden they believe in themselves, and they're looking at Pittsburgh, and they're saying, okay, if we can beat Pittsburgh at home, we can beat Cincinnati, and then we can beat Cleveland, and we can beat Oakland, and we can beat the Niners. That means something. That goes a long way when all of a sudden you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I expect them to come out absolutely on fire. Now, I don't mean in terms of, on the field, but I mean in terms of their passion for this game. I expect them to come out with really a fire that I don't know if the Steelers are going to be able to match.
Score prediction?
It's early. It's early in the week. A lot can happen between now and Sunday, but I just think that belief that they have in themselves right now can go a long way. And I mentioned that already, but that's what I'm kind of basing this off of, and because of that, I'm going to take them. I'm going to say they win this one at home 27-24.
All right, I'm going to throw a little curveball at you. Do you think that belief that the players have will translate to the fans?
Absolutely. You're seeing it already. I'm seeing people talking about this team making the playoffs. Just last week, they were 3-6, and people were talking about tanking. This one game has completely shifted the narrative, and belief is back. So do I expect there to be some terrible towels in Mile High on Sunday? Yeah, they're going to be there. The yellow is going to be there. But with this win, I think you're going to see a lot more orange.
Well, be sure to follow all of our coverage on bsndenver.com. For Ryan Koenigsberg, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver.